don't understand what's going on here.
I get it, yeah. You can go grab your things.
On March 16th, 2025, police in Illinois showed up at the home of 30-year-old Christina Formella and arrested her in her driveway. Just a day earlier, a mother and her 15-year-old son walked into the station with disturbing evidence. The mother had discovered explicit messages from the teacher on her son's phone. The evidence is overwhelming, so officers head to her home to confront her. And there's no telling how it's going to end.
Hey, how you doing?
Hi.
Officer Guzman with Downers Grove. Do you have your license on you?
Yes. Tonight.
Yeah, I'm gonna explain. I'm sure you're confused. I'll explain everything to you. You're Christina?
Yes.
Okay, Christina, do me a favor. Can you step out of the car for me? I know you're confused. I'll explain everything to you. You don't have anything on you? You can just grab whatever you need.
Whatever I need.
Yeah, whatever you need. Like your phone, your purse, go ahead and grab it.
Is she going somewhere? Or?
Yeah, we're gonna explain everything to you.
I don't understand what's going on here.
I get it, yeah. You can go grab your things.
Can he come with me?
Yes. You stay there for right now, sir. Just stay there, but yes, you can. But come on back here. We do have an investigation going on. We have to talk to you about it at the police department, okay? So we're going to explain everything to you there. It's not my investigation. I don't know the full details. We do have to bring you there, though, okay? So I do have to put you in handcuffs and bring you to the police department. Just a Downers Grove.
Handcuffs?
Yes, unfortunately, yes.
I'm like willing to go with you.
I get it, yeah. Unfortunately, we have to do it that way. So do me a favor. We just take this off.
Can I ask you
Of course, yeah. It's not, like I said, it's not my investigation. Obviously, we're here for a reason. So go ahead and turn around for me. So right now you're just being detained, and there is a detective that needs to talk to you at the police department. Everything's okay. We just need to talk to you at the police department. That's all. Nothing else on your pocket right now? Anything else?
Just my phone.
Just your phone?
Here.
Okay. Okay. All right, we're going to sit in the back of this car. On the other side. Once you get to the police department, you'll talk to the detective and he'll explain everything to you.
The ride to the station was tense. Formella sat curled up in the back of the patrol car, asking officers what was happening, whether her husband was coming, and at one point saying she felt like she was going to throw up. Reality soon set in as she realized she was going to be in a lot of trouble.
We're just going to Downers Grove, so 10 minutes away.
No, I know, but I really would prefer that my husband's with me.
Of course.
Am I in trouble? Like, I'm so lost right now.
I'm sure you are. Like I said, I can't answer any questions right now, just to tell you that.
I'm just going to put your seatbelt on, unless they're able to reach it down there. Alright, sure you don't want a tissue or something?
I feel like I'm gonna throw up.
Want a bag?
Yes, please.
Alright, you can grab like a bag out of there. Hey, can you get like a bag just in case she gets nauseous? Just kind of put it on the floor here, alright?
Okay.
A few paper towels on the floor here if you need it, alright?
Okay, thank you.
Formella was a special education teacher and boys soccer coach at Downers Grove South High School. One of those students was a teenage boy she both coached and tutored, giving her regular one-on-one access to him outside the classroom. According to prosecutors, that access turned into nearly 2 years of sexual abuse. Authorities allege that Formella began targeting the boy when he was around 14, and that by the time he was 15, the inappropriate relationship had escalated more than 45 times at school during school hours and at the home she shared with her husband. Once the investigation began, detectives recovered hundreds, possibly thousands of text messages between Formella and the teen. They also found something else on her phone, a diary-style note in her Notes app where she wrote about the boy as if he were a boyfriend, expressed jealousy that he had cheated on her, and called him disgusting. Not exactly the language of a teacher talking about a student. When questioned, Formella allegedly told officers the abuse had been going on for a year and a half. But when the case went to court, she changed her story entirely, denying she ever had sex with the teen and calling him a stalker. Her defense suggested the boy had taken her phone in class, sent messages to himself, and deleted them from her device to use as blackmail. In June 2025, the charges were expanded to a staggering 55 counts. The case is ongoing, but she was released on strict conditions: GPS monitoring, electronic surveillance of her devices, no contact with minors, and a ban from the school. Formella has since resigned and voluntarily surrendered her teaching license. On October 22, 2013, students at Danvers High School in Massachusetts filed out at the end of the day like any other Tuesday. 24-year-old Colleen Ritzer stayed late, like she usually did. She was a math teacher, only in her second year, but already known as the one who would stay after school to help anyone who was struggling. Surveillance footage from inside the school shows Ritzer walking down a hallway toward a second-floor girls' restroom. Then, a few moments later, someone follows her, a student in a hoodie with the hood pulled up. His name was Philip Chisholm, a 14-year-old boy in her algebra class. What happened inside that bathroom was brutal. Chisholm sexually assaulted her, strangled and stabbed her at least 16 times with a box cutter he had brought to school. Then he dragged her body out of the restroom, put it in a recycling bin, and wheeled it through the hallways, all captured on camera, before taking it outside into a wooded area behind the school, where he left her partially undressed and covered with leaves. He also took her credit cards and underwear, items that later formed the basis for the armed robbery charge. When Ritzer didn't come home that evening, her family called police, and around the same time, school staff realized she was missing. A search began, and in the early hours of October 23rd, it led officers to the woods just beyond the school grounds where she was found. Near her body, investigators discovered a disturbing cryptic note that they later linked to Chisholm. Chisholm was picked up that same night while walking along a roadside in a neighboring town, and evidence on his clothes and in his backpack connected him directly to the crime. Investigators used the hallway footage to piece together the timeline. What made the case even more disturbing was what Chisholm did after the killing. He bought a meal and went to a movie. Prosecutors pointed to this as evidence that he knew exactly what he had done, that this wasn't confusion or psychosis, but full awareness of his actions. In December 2015, Philip Chisholm was found guilty of first-degree murder, aggravated rape, and armed robbery, and despite being only 14 at the time of the crime, he was tried as an adult. He was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole, but not until his mid-50s. He also received a separate 17 to 20-year sentence for attacking a female counselor at a youth detention facility while awaiting trial. Why did a 14-year-old student do this to his math teacher? Prosecutors called it predatory violence. The defense said mental illness, but no one ever found a clear answer. Colleen Ritzer was 24 years old, and she wanted to make a difference. Her family started a foundation in her name so she'd be remembered for who she was, not how she died.
Because at the time she didn't know that her daughter had any weapons and didn't think any differently.
On March 27, 2023, a 28-year-old walked into the Covenant School in Nashville, Tennessee, and opened fire. Within minutes, 6 people were dead, 3 of them just 9 years old. The shooter, Audrey Hale, was a former student and had been planning this for a long time. On the morning of the attack, Audrey pulled into the school parking lot just before 10 a.m., stepped out with a red duffel bag, a tactical vest, 2 rifles, and a handgun, then fired through the locked glass doors to get inside. Staff locked down immediately, pulling kids into classrooms, hiding them in closets and bathrooms, as Hale moved through the building firing at anyone in the way. On the second floor near a stairwell, Hale came across a group of students and a substitute teacher. That's where most of the killing happened. And head of school Catherine Kuntz, who ran toward the danger trying to protect her students. Hale fired more than 150 rounds. 911 calls flooded in as teachers whispered into phones while hiding with students. The Nashville police arrived by 10:22 a.m. and entered fast.
The kids are all locked down, but we have 2 kids that we don't know where they are.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Into my window, they're upstairs.
Hey. Give me 3. Let's get 3. Let's go. Metro Police! Open door! On me! We don't know where he is! Metro Police! Open door!
Pushing straight to the second floor. By 10:27, a team of 5 officers found Hale near an atrium. Officers Rex Engelbert and Michael Colazzo fired, killing the shooter on the spot. Notebooks found at Audrey's home had detailed sketches of the school layout, research on other targets, and plans for an even bigger mass shooting. Covenant was chosen because of its Christian identity, and because she believed young children at a religious school would be seen as vulnerable and symbolic. You see, between 2020 and 2022, Audrey bought 7 firearms from 5 different gun dealers, 3 of which were used in the attack. Despite being treated for a mental health condition and raising concerns from her family, no one intervened. The first call to the last shot lasted 14 minutes, one of the fastest active shooter responses in U.S. school history. But for the families who lost their children, none of that mattered. What investigators later found added an even more disturbing layer. You see, Audrey had been obsessed with the Columbine massacre, studied other school shootings extensively, and even ranked them by kill count, believing that achieving enough notoriety would make a shooter a god. She had also set a personal goal of killing at least 40 people, and even left behind material intended to mentor future shooters on how to plan and carry out an attack successfully. But what's most confusing is that Audrey had chosen Covenant because she considered those childhood years at the school the happiest of her life. It remains the deadliest school shooting in Tennessee history.